G'day again. Welcome back to some more algebra, and this is algebra 4. So in this version of algebra, we're going to look at having multiple x's. Okay? So when you've got multiple x's, you need to end up with the same idea of x on one side and your numbers on the other side. So your ultimate aim again is I want x here and some number or fraction or whatever on this side, and I want a single x. Okay, so that's always your aim. You know, we're tending to use x's. You can use any letter you want or whatever the question gives you. You stick with that letter. Most of the time it's x's. So let's start off with this one and see how we go. Okay, that's not part of the question. That's just a 1. Okay, so 15x plus 1 equals 5x minus 4. Really doesn't matter what you get rid of first. Typically you get rid of a number, but it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to do these in 2 different ways so you can see how the answers go. So I'm going to subtract 1 here and subtract 1 here. So I'm still left with my 15x. 1 minus 1 is nothing. 5x minus 4, take away another 1 is minus 5. So now I've got still got x's on both sides, so I want to get rid of that, move it over here. So I'm going to subtract 5x on both sides. 15 take away 5 is 10x. 5 take away 5 is nothing, there's no x's, equals minus 5. Divide both sides by 10. So I'm going to divide by 10, divide by 10, and I'm going to get x equals minus 5 on 10, which equals minus a half. Okay, and you're done. So pretty straightforward, you should be able to get to there. You don't have to write my bits of working in here. You could write it on the side. You can, instead of doing that, you can say, well, this is what I'm doing, so that you know what you're doing on both sides of the equation. You could do it like that. So that might be a neater way for you to see what's happening. Okay, and you don't have to do there. You could equals minus a half. As long as it's laid out so you can repeat it over and over again in the same format, then you're fine. Okay, so let's go to this one. Now you notice in this one, I've ended up with x on this side. Let's see what happens when I do this one. Here we go. So this time, I'm going to start with getting rid of the x. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So let's do it over here, just like the other. So add 2x to both sides. Okay, so if I add 2x to both sides, the 4 stays as a 4. That plus 2x is nothing. That plus 2x is 14x, and the minus 3 stays the same. So now I've got an x and a number on that side, and I've got a number here. So I'm going to get rid of the number first, or next, sorry. I'm going to add 3. So plus 3, plus 3. Like I said, it doesn't really, we'll do it, that one there, we'll do this one underneath. You can pick which way you like to write your working. So you've got 14x, that's nothing. 4 plus 3 is 7. So now I'm going to divide by 14. Okay, divide both sides by 14. I get 7 on 14 equals x. Well, what's 7 on 14? So x equals a half. Now you notice here, and here, x is facing that way and x is facing that way. They're still both valid answers. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just typical that you would tend to rewrite that. Instead of writing that line there, you would typically write x equals a half. But if you've got the half equals x, the examiner is going to go, yep, you know exactly what you're talking about. And you're done. We'll be back in a minute for some more. G'day again, back for part 2. So in this one, I've put in brackets. Okay? First thing you should do if you get a question like this is expand the brackets on both sides. So you would get 3x minus 3 equals 2x plus 14. Straight distribute. 3 times x, 3 times 3, 3 times 1, 2 times x, 2 times 7. Should be straightforward for you. Okay, now again you're at the same position as in part 1. Doesn't matter which one you move. So you can take off the 2x, you could take off the 3x and end up with x's on that side. You could add 3, you could take off 14. Doesn't matter which one you're moving, as long as you're deleting one at a time, so you end up with preferably x on this side and the number on that side, but you can have x on that side and just the number here. So let's have a go. We'll add 3 to both sides. And we're going to get 3x equals 2x plus 17. I'm going to take off 2x. I'm going to get x equals 17. And you're done. Pretty straightforward. Let's do the next one. So first of all, we're going to expand it. So 3x plus 9 equals 4x minus 4. You should be able to do that part. Let's do the next bit. Again, doesn't matter what you choose to move first. So let's take off 4x. So I'm going to go, let's minus 4x on both sides. So I'm going to end up with minus x plus 9 equals minus 4. Now let's take 9 off both sides. So minus x, I'm going to minus 9 equals minus 13. So I've got minus x equals minus 13. Well, minus, they'll cancel out and you'll end up with x equals 13. And you're done. We'll be back in a minute. G'day again, back for part 3. So you'll notice in this one, we've got a number underneath. So another step. So when you've got a number underneath, you should cross multiply to start with. So let's do that. So 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. And then we carry on the same as what we did in part 2. So let's do that. 6x plus 12 equals 12x plus 60. And then subtract anything we wish. So let's take off the 12. So we know it's 6x equal, that's nothing. 12x, take off 12, plus 48. Let's take off 12x. So 6 take away 12 is minus 6x equals nothing, and that's 48. Divide by minus 6, well 48 divided by minus 6 is minus 8. And you're done. Let's try the next one. So again, we've got things on the bottom, 2 denominators, so we're going to cross multiply to start with. So 2 times 5 is 10. Multiply 7 by the top, so 7x plus 28. So you notice across here I'm only multiplying to this and I'm not expanding, whereas 7, I'm going 7 and 7 there, okay? 10, now I'll expand this side. I don't need to expand the other side because it's already expanded. So we're going to get 10x minus 30 equals 7x plus 28. Let's add 30 to both sides. So 10x equals 7x plus 58. And let's take 7x off. So take it off, we get 3x equals 58. And then let's divide by 3. So x equals, and that would be 19 and a third. And you're done.